Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Harare, Zimbabwe, where we're out at the St. John's Astro. I'm joined here by the Hotspurs captain coming out of Zambia, David Kapeso. David, welcome to Zim. What are your prospects and how excited are your side to start your first encounter?
I'm very excited. Us representing Zambia is not an easy thing, despite the challenges. So we just came here to experience and explore more. Since I've been dominating in Zambia, and we thought it was very important for us to take a huge opportunities to showcase our talents at the group stage.
Okay, obviously your side's first outing at the Africa Cup for Club Champions. First time you guys are here. What's the mindset going into that? Obviously, like you've pointed out, dominating your home circuit. What is the prospect and how are you looking to, get on about your business here in Harare for this tournament?
All right, Accc is one of the biggest club events in Africa. So which it's not wise just dominating in our own circus. So it's sort of going outside the box and try and see how best we can put it out at the global stage. So us coming here, it's all about exposure, experience, having fun, and of course we're here for the medal. Yeah.
Right, and then as the Hotspurs, what were your preparations like coming into this? Have you guys had a good couple of weeks, months coming into this? Obviously, you would have known you were coming. How has the build-up been?
The preparations has been awesome. The boys have put in all the work, and they're prepared. They're ready for the match. They're ready for the stage.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the captain of the Zambian Hotspurs. He'll be looking to obviously dominate, their first outing here at the ACC tournament in Harare, Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, David, and good luck for your encounter. We'll be joined up next by the captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Eugene Dormo. Eugene, would you like to come join me? Obviously, sir, welcome to Zimbabwe. How are you guys feeling? Obviously, having been here a couple of days, acclimatizing, how are you feeling going into your first game?
Yeah, thank you first and foremost. Being here is it's a nice experience. I've been here before, and so coming here is kind of a repeat of, And I believe that my boys are having a good time in Zimbabwe. The weather is okay, and we feel that we feel at home. Yeah.
No, glad to hear that you feel at home, and obviously got to look at your side at training on Thursday afternoon after your guys' arrival. You've been here before. Your ladies are the defending champions. Is there any pressure to also put out the same kind of performance after their victory in the first encounter 2-0 just now? Does that have any mental mind play on your side, or you guys are focused and what you can produce?
Well, I think that definitely our ladies being champions for quite some time now, definitely there is pressure. But then my team, my boys, we have been able to soak the pressure. We've been able to play around the pressure, and then we're looking forward to making a mark in this tournament.
Brilliant. Okay, and then just looking at your side, what's your team set up in terms of you have youngsters or some really experienced heads like yourselves who've been to stages like this? You've played here as well.
Yes. I think that my team has a compilation of both senior players who've played in the Commode games before, and some of them also being having to play in the first championship in Zimbabwe. So it's kind of a mixed feeling, and we believe that we can gel both the seniors and the juniors, and we'll be able to do wonders in this tournament.
Okay, well, good luck for your encounter. Good luck for the tournament. Joined here by the captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority. They were here about, 11 years ago out in Bulawayo. They're in Harare now for this ACC tournament. We'll join you for push-off shortly in our first men's encounter this morning, live here from Harare, Zimbabwe, which sees the Zambian Hotspurs taking on the Ghana Revenue Authority. We'll catch you up in commentary shortly.
getting the logistics together because we traveled. And honestly, I feel so grateful to be here. The good thing is we know each other quite well. I think everyone who's come from out of the country, we have played together before, and we've had a few practices together as well. So gelling, we've gelled. We just have to see how we come together on match day, because everyone has to give their best, and that comes down to individuals.
My name is Amr El Hadi. I'm playing in Port Fahd hockey team. Just we came here to African Cup for Club Champions. I like all the times we are preparing well, training well, and we came here to get the champions. We came here because we are champions of the Egyptian League, and this is the first time, second time for us to join this tournament, and we hope that we win. First of all, I want to thank the Zimbabwe Hockey Federation, because I think the field is very well, organized very well, and every time we come back to Egypt, we tell about our friends all things is good about this journey.
It's always really good to have stuff on home soil. Pretty pumped, the ladies are pretty pumped to have it back home. And I'm sure with home support, we should be able to give people a good show.
Oh, we're super excited. I mean, for our team, we've qualified quite a number of times, but just hadn't had the funds to be able to travel to other African countries. So just the fact that we're hosting it it's excitement, and just, purely, it's just purely excitement.
This is a big opportunity for hip-hop, both men's and women's. I think for all the teams in Zimbabwe, it's such a big opportunity, a big stage for all the teams, because hosting such a big tournament means a lot for everyone.
Sing as much as you can, allow us to do the playing, and hopefully, we can't control results, but we're looking forward for the best.
Sijabulile ukubana siya ku Accc njalo ama players ethu ama spirits abo high, and silethemba lokubana sizadlala kuhle ku Accc njalo silethemba lokubana ama results azasifavor ukubana sikhambe ku final.
Look, we are representing Narabiland as coming from this region, but I think we're also there representing Zimbabwe as a whole. And so we just would call on anyone from any part of the country to say, come support us at St. John's, the way we are playing. And not just us, I mean, there's Hippo as well, even though, yes, they are a competitor at this level, but they're also representing our country. And we have good camaraderie between the two clubs. And so, yeah, we would appreciate any support that comes our way.
A pleasant morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to St. John's Hockey Astro in the heart of Harare. This is the 2026 Africa Cup for Club Champions. And the Hotspurs of Zambia are about to take on the men, Ghana Revenue Authority. And you see both captains going through the tosses. Now push-off will be at 10 o'clock. And take us through the respective teams here. Joined in commentary by Moody Manyao.
Yeah, Ben, good morning to you and welcome again to Harare, Zimbabwe for this Africa Cup for Club Champions. Hotspurs taking on the Ghana Revenue Authority after having a chat with both captains. Obviously, the Ghanaian side, very much experienced. I mean, they were here 11 years ago in 2015 or 2014. Captain, you know, so relaxed in his approach. You know, they're full of expectation from their side, especially with their ladies side being, you know, really, one of the top ranking sides in Africa in terms of club hockey. And then the Zambians, it's their first outing here, so you know, prospects, they are quite confident in themselves, but however, at the same time, you know, he did point out, you know, we're here for, you know, the experience to, you know, get ourselves underway. So, I hate to say, but you kind of tip, you know, the Ghanaian side. Again, he spoke about having 6 side players who were also here in that last one, as I'll take you through the Hotspur side, coming out of Zambia. Robson Kunda in the goalkeeper, jumper, and then Jeremiah Mwanza, Joseph Simpanzia, Nicholas Mwaba, Simon Banda, Alfred Mpande, and then the captain who I spoke to, David Kapeso. Joseph Malolo is the vice captain, Samuel Tagwire, Zimbabwean surname, I must point out, Andrew Ngulube, Abraham Tagwire, also another Zimbabwean. However, I must point out we do share quite a lot in terms of language with our Zambian brothers. Manjanja Tembo, shout out to our director, Shadrach Katele, George Jere, Thierry Tahure, who's also one of the goalkeepers, Dominic Mulenga, Alex Mwanza, Richard Banda, and Graham Hawkins is the man tasked with managing and coaching the Zambian Hotspurs.
Yes, you've noted a couple of names in there that I recognize, part of the Zambian national setup. Do not blink against the Zambian side. They are very, very good, Moody. And to take you an account of the Ghana Revenue Authority men side, captain and goalkeeper, that's Duomo Achengpong, who will be in goals, experienced campaigner, multiple club champions levels that he's participated in. Louis Kugbi, Emmanuel Amable, Emmanuel Obeng, Peter Manti, Prince Klutse, Ibrahim Mohammed, Henry Korti, Kwesi Asa Anim, Matthew Damali, Kofi Opoku, Daniel Mensah, Ignatius Apia, jersey 18, Kofi Teye, Christopher Dogbe in jersey 20, another experienced campaigner, Prince Ajeti, Kofi Damali, and the substitute goalkeeper for the day, jersey 31, will be Ansa Anim Daniel, and coached of course by Isaac Kobina, with the team manager Victor Ninai Soa. Umpires for today are none other than, on the left hand side, Mustafa Fahmy out of Egypt, and our very own Mr. Cedric Starch, born and bred in Zimbabwe in the low veld in Chiredzi. Shout out to you, sir, and congratulations on officiating on the grandest stage in Africa as both teams go through their last hurdles. Push off to come shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned. Do not blink. We'll be back after this very, very short break.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm loaded up for our first men's encounter this morning at the African Cup for Club Champions. Hosted here at St. John's Accc, Zimbabwe, which sees us tackle this our first men's encounter, playing out at the moment to my left-hand side in the red and black stripes. Sees the Hotspurs coming out of Zambia, and then on the opposite end of the park in the blue strips, the Ghana Revenue Authority. Please welcome the teams as they make their way out into the park. The umpires from right to left, umpire on the left, coming out of Egypt, Mustafa Fahmy and Cedric Starch of Zimbabwe. This also sees us with our first men's encounter. Stop plenty of action to come your way. So this encounter kicking off while pushing off shortly at 10 a.m. just after we get through all pleasantries at the start of this encounter.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get cracking here as we see both teams going through the pleasantries, sporting beautiful, beautiful colors, representing their clubs. Let's hope the hockey is as good as their kit is looking. Moody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be witnessing some brilliant play. The Ghanaians obviously full of confidence. The Zambians first outing out here, but you know, the Hotspurs, they dominated their home circuit, so they've surely, you know, got to have a lot about them. Watched them a couple of years ago when you were donning the Zimbabwean strip in a national encounter, and boy oh boy are they a brilliant side as well. So I'm sure they'll be looking to carry on that form from home into this stage as we're moments away from push off here. Again, the Ghana Revenue Authority, the men donning a blue strip, and the Hotspurs out in their red and black stripes this morning. Again, welcome to the St. John's Astro here in Harare, Zimbabwe for the African Championships for our club. Oh, the Hotspurs full of energy. You love to see it, Ben.
Absolutely love to see it. I'm telling you, Moody, this is not one to blink. Do not fall asleep on this Zambian side. A couple of experienced campaigners. I've played with a couple of them. The likes of Shadrach Katele, jersey 14. Plenty of experience there. And a lot of national players as well. Jersey 7. Be sure that things will be... Yeah, it's about to go down.
Yeah, it is. It's about to go down, as you just said, Ben. Looking forward to our start. The Hotspurs again playing in the red and black. And the Ghana Revenue Authority in the blue. Now, as we start off our first men's encounter here at the Africa Cup for Club Champions. Ben, who's your money on? I know you actually never answer that question, rather, every time we commentate together. Don't know why I still ask you that.
Nah, I really feel that if the Zambian outfit, the Hotspurs, are to take their chances, it's really martial, and I love the shape already, but they just need to watch. Shot on goal here already from number 15, and that was Kofi Opoku with the reverse stick shot for Revenue Authority. I mean, they look really well oiled, even in their build-up of play. Really cool, calm, collected, finding those pockets of space. The Hotspurs need to track well if they're to have a chance against this side.
Absolutely. Starting with most of the possession, the Ghana Revenue Authority in brilliant shape. I mean, we were so impressed by their thorough warm-up on Thursday afternoon, shortly after their arrival.
Yeah, I mean, physique. I was impressed by their physique. They decided to show off their physique in their training, and they're so in sync, Moody. Even the way they were trotting around in their warm-up, it was in sync. Left, right, left, right. Everything was just on point. They look very focused, well oiled, and as you can see right now, with the co-captain in midfield, Matthew Damali, looking to dictate a lot of the play in midfield here.
Well, Hotspurs will get some good go-forward ball on that occasion, playing on the right end of the park now. The Hotspurs coming out of the suck-up. Good morning to you. Same time zone as they are, so enjoying a fine Saturday afternoon. And now into the circle, shot on goal, quite tame and a bit wide, so nothing comes of it, but good warning shots fired, Ben.
Yes, early warning signs from Hotspurs. You don't want to underestimate this side. I'm telling you, you'll be in for a surprise. Mwansa Jeremiah, jersey 2, there is part of the national setup, as well as Joseph Simpanze, Simon Banda as well. Alfred Mpande is another one. The Takwire brothers, Shadi Katele, also moved up more so into the coaching circles, as we see a touch there from Captain Matthew in jersey 12 in midfield, sporting the black headband and the orange boots there. Expect him to have a say on this game, including number 11 there, Kwesi Asa Anim. Looks to be a very fast forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just quite enjoying. I've really enjoyed at the moment just having a look at that man in number 12 for the Ghanaian Revenue Authority side. Just marshalling his side around the park at the moment. The skipper, very vocal, and just managing things in and around him to ensure just seamless work from his side. At the moment, it's the Hotspurs who are just weighing out their options. The Ghanaians, just align them their space in the back, it's all right, but if they catch in the midfield, he'll be in all sorts of trouble, which seems to be what's taking place at the moment. He'll get some good go-forward ball, and those numbers start to pour up the park. They go at the aerial route. Will they find anyone there? Unfortunately not, but just showing you that, more than one ways of attack. Watch out.
Yes, Luke Koft Damali, brother to co-captain Matthew Damali, there with the huge bomb into the D, trying to find Mr. Kwesi Asa Anim with the lead run. Unfortunate piece of play there from number 2, Jeremiah Mwansa. Through ball to Anim. Not quite on target, but be sure if we see these two brothers, the number 24 and number 12 in Damali brothers, both imposing figures in midfield and defensive midfield for the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Just getting that restart off of the line. The Lakers under all sorts of pressure at the moment, being forced to work extremely hard on the ball. That's just due to the fact that the Ghanaians are also just as busy off of the ball, creating opportunities. The Zambians will get some possession on that occasion. I'd like to see them possibly, just take a little bit earlier, get them use the momentum.
Yes, a strong challenge off the ball there by number 4. That was Emmanuel Amable for Revenue Authority, earning the attention of the umpire early on. Sent into the D, but it hadn't moved 5 there. But they're looking well organized to begin with. Both testing themselves out, but the bulk of the possession so far in Hotspurs' hands.
Yeah, a bit of a whoopsie there. You won't want to watch that later on on the highlights reels. Nonetheless, the Hotspurs back on the attack to the skip up, David. Beautiful little ball, but his mate wasn't quite able to collect that. But just a vision shown by Mr. David Kampala. Kapeso, I beg your pardon. My good mate I had a chat with earlier.
Yes, Captain Fantastic, and he's got a heavily strapped left knee. Hopefully that won't give way, but I like the number that he dons, Moody. I mean, special players wear special numbers.
Ben, can I just ask, what number do you wear? Or does that explain itself?
That explains itself, Moody. I mean, number 8 is a very critical number. Like the likes of Xavi, the former Barcelona midfield maestro, multiple Champions League winners, donned the number 8. I myself also donned the number 8. Have done so for many a year. There's something about a number on a player's back. You just feel a certain... It's as if you've got a phoenix strapped to your back.
Here we go. This is when you tell them that you were last season's top goal scorer in the local league.
They're not going to hear enough of it, for lack of a better word. I mean, I did work particularly hard on myself. A difficult year, but all the same, I found solace on the hockey field, banging 16 goals in my 36 years young. A good feat for myself, proud of myself, but yeah, I'm just grateful for the chance to be able to play, to have the opportunity of playing the sport that I love. As we see Revenue Authority with a chance here, pulled, and a brilliant save off the keeper there. Matthew, the captain, number 12, with the swat towards goal. But the keeper standing up to it there, and it did then come off the striker, that rebound, and warning signs there for the Hotspurs.
Yeah, Ben, wow, explosive work, working well down that line and then sending that ball back infield. Working a treat, but great work behind the line for the Zambians, the Hotspurs. And now the Ghana Revenue Authority taken off of that ball, and the Hotspurs will survive that little scare. Call it a scare, because I'll tell you, the Ghana Revenue Authority seem to be growing and settling into their craft this morning in Harare. If you're in Accra, Ghana, about 2 hours time difference, just after 8 a.m. over there. Good morning to you, as we're live here in Harare, Zimbabwe. I mean, not too far away, literally half a day's drive to our Zambian mates. If you're joining us from wherever it may be, Lusaka or down that Great Northern Road.
Yes, subtle backstick there, signaled by umpire Mustafa on this near side against number 17. That's Dominic Mulenga, national player there. Very silky stick work that he has. Of course, playing with the likes of the Zambian legend, the Ginger Ninja, if you recall. That's Pardo, who is also playing, fighting his trade now in the Europe division. Really excelled at last year's Africa Cup here in Harare for the Zambian outfit. But, a lot of these players have really come in leaps and bounds over the years, developed and improved their style of play, as that was the stick shield there. Well spotted by umpire Mustafa on Samuel Tagwire of Zambia.
Yeah, you spoke about the Zambians with quite a strong linking with the Dutch setups in terms of their hockey program. So obviously a really well-skilled side as the crowd slowly begins to trickle in to the St. John's Astro. If you are around Harare, Zimbabwe, do make your way up. We've got a full day's worth of hockey action, so do come on over and get to watch the cream of African hockey in terms of club hockey. Doesn't get better than this, as at the moment a good little fight put on there by the GRA, turned on over, and now they're back onto attack. Dangerous. They have enough legs to loop around onto it. He doesn't, but a great start.
Yes, a great start and a through ball there attempt from Kwesi Asa Anim. A little bit of a defter touch, maybe might have found his teammate there. For lack of effort, number 7 there, Alfred Cholampande. My apologies, Peter Abo Manti was the player running onto it. Nice skills from Hotspurs there. That's Alex Mwanza, jersey 19. Free out to be taken by Tagwire, jersey 10, onto Mwanza. Mwanza out to his brother Jeremiah Mwanza. Scanning, returning. It's a Mwanza affair on the field. Back to Tagwire. Tagwire shift left to right. Brilliant ball out to mistimed trap there by Jeremiah. Matthew, captain through. Ball does look to appear to come off the foot there, not picked up. It's Emmanuel Amable. Back to Daniel Mensah. Daniel Mensah found himself in a bit of a spot of bother.
The Hotspurs, some great stick work, but that's unfortunately just trickles over the line and he has to forfeit that little bit of possession.
Yes, sir.
The Ghana Revenue Authority on that right-hand side, he's got good numbers up the park, he's got good numbers behind him. They decide to send it to the back and out to the center of the park. Just using the full width of the park and making their defenders work. Was allowed to take that first touch, but great defensive work from this Hotspurs side. The touch goes his way, and a golden chance here for the Hotspurs. But great defence. I felt he had to lay it off a little bit earlier, and that's allowed the Ghanaian side to get back in defence. Not Tomahawk, but goes quite the while away from where he'd have intended. Saw the wrong goalpost.
Yeah, I think the flags across the field deceiving them a bit there, as the target was a little, about 45 degrees to the right. But all the same, some promising signs that we're seeing from Hotspurs in the build-up here. Yes, defender number 24, Luke Kofi Damali, the tall figure, jersey 24, really imposing himself, cutting off the angles there. It's recovered here. Hotspurs on the attack here. Can they spring up something here? Looks to have been taken down. Play on signaled by umpire Mustafa there. A wasted chance, but warning signs. Repeatedly so.
Yeah,
coming for GRA against Hotspurs. Yeah,
the Hotspurs showing some real good skill and just some pace on the ball off of it. Some moments of brilliance being exhibited, and the GRA, they enjoy this wide setup, just getting themselves into the right areas of the park, looking to go aerial, just collected however by a Hotspurs player who's allowed an extra couple of seconds on that ball.
Yes, good control from Manza in midfield to his brother Jeremiah. Jeremiah cuts inside. Good tracking with the ball there from Jeremiah Manza. Throw of the stick from captain Matthew Damali.
Oh, brilliant little turnaround.
Brother Damali as well, also seeming to break down the play cleverly. And
to carry on for the Hotspurs through the middle of the park. Also looking to just spread their defences around off the GRA. He's got options behind him. I think that'll possibly be the best option. He's taken that, rightfully so. Spreading that out to the right-hand side now. He just can't meet it, Ben, but we're working really well on that occasion were the Hotspurs in that 13 jump up. Kalaba Timbo. As we'll find ourselves at the first break-up after the first quarter in our first men's encounter at the staging of the Africa Cup for Club Champions, hosted here in Harare, Zimbabwe. It is the Ghana Revenue Authority in the blue strip taking on the Zambian Hotspurs in the red and black. We'll catch you shortly, Ben.
Elizabeth Opoku from Ghana. I'm the captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority hockey team, the ladies side. And we've been preparing since early 2025 because we played our league in 2025. And throughout the league, we were optimistic about our coming to the African Championship because we are the defending champions. And God be so good, we won our league and preparation has been good so far. So we are here to take back the trophy to Ghana. They know themselves, nothing special, as they've been doing always, is to keep the support coming and we wouldn't disappoint them. We are bringing the trophy back to Ghana, so their prayers, their support, their cheers in the stands, at their homes, at their various workplaces.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to our second encounter of the day, live here in Harare, Zimbabwe, for the African Cup for Club Champions. as it's our first men's encounter, which sees the Hotspurs out of Lusaka taking on the Ghana Revenue Authority, who are here, I beg your pardon, for their second trip to Zimbabwe for this very competition, as the Hotspurs in the red and black push us off. The GRA in the blue, Ben, very cagey encounter. I mean, the Zambians, the Hotspurs, very, very good stick work. And then you've got the GRA out of Accra, Ghana, more composed, just spreading that ball all over the park.
Yes, two contrasting styles of play, but all the same. Yes, wasn't taken in the correct position. Was that free hit?
As we get our action back and underway, the GRA, like we talked about now, been using the full width, and now that ball seems to trickle through the defences and just almost caught the GRA men a little bit unaware. Weren't expecting it to make it all the way across there. As they regain possession yet again, yet another ball goes through and no one to meet it.
Yes, clever ball from deep there from Louis Kugbi in jersey 3 for Ghana Revenue Authority, utilising the full width of the field. That deceptive under the arm ball slap attempt into the D, trying to unlock the Hotspurs defense. But so far so good for either side, as Revenue Authority look to really turn the screw a bit. As Mwanza on the ball. Brilliant take on the fly there into midfield onto jersey 10. Well marshalled there by Samuel Taguire onto Mwanza. Through ball there, not trapped.
Just some great work in the middle of the park. Unfortunately, runs away from him. I just love the energy from these Zambians, Ben. They're just incredibly busy, like little Energizer bunnies all over the park.
Yes, and in contrast, the Zambians look much fitter in terms of agility as opposed to the physique of the Ghanaian Revenue Authority gentlemen. And contrast, maybe playing to their strengths, but all the same, goals win games, Moody. Goals win games. So whoever creates and takes their chances within the D will be important, regardless of physical ability or general agility in the end.
Ghanaians picking that up and instantly turned on over, which they'll be more than grateful for after losing possession on that occasion into the middle of the park. But just again, these passes are not a great deal, not getting to the intended man.
Yes, a little bit of a firm challenge there in midfield, but taken on there by Taguire. Taguire onto the captain, jersey 8, David Kapeso, onto Katele. Back to Kapeso, the captain. Recycle ball here. Mwanza in jersey 2. Off to his brother.
Good little setup for them there. They'll quite enjoy that, chemistry. Something the coach doesn't have to deal with at all, as they'll know each other inside out pretty much. And as we say that, just losing possession on that occasion. The GRA taking that. He's got a couple of runners making their way into the circle. Doesn't quite meet it. A shot on goal. Unfortunately, seen wide, and the first real chance, unfortunately by the GRA, not taken. That was Te Kofi, I beg your pardon, Dogby Christopher, who couldn't quite make do that opportunity. Ben, will they rue their opportunity on that occasion?
I mean, that one is an absolute sitter that he missed there. A gaping goal, and he just needed to tap it in instead of taking a wild swing. And that was a critical chance to take the lead for Zambian Revenue. As we see the counter attack happening here, ball sent across, intercepted there by number 10 Taguire, as Damali, that's Luke Kofi Damali with the restart here. Katele with the experience there, just keeping his stick trailing. Good skills there from Damali in the corner. But well marshaled by Jeremiah Mwanza there. Shout out to our viewers back home for tuning in. Do like and subscribe to the Accc Hockey page as well as the Rising Stars Media page. Like, share, and chance here, but cleared by Capeso, the captain. Overhead attempt in acres of space. Did number 7 Peter Abomanti find himself, but failed to control the ball there. Some brilliant thinking from Captain Matthew Damali with an overhead, spotting the space in behind the Hotspurs defense. But the same Alex Mwanza with the restart here. Turn of pace down the flank there by the Hotspurs.
Oh, he seems to be in a great deal of discomfort there, hoping he'll be all right. May as well get our first. We'll stop it during play for that kind of thing. Again, thank you so much. We're seeing a couple of your comments in that comments section on this live stream. Do keep them coming. Your feedback is always much appreciated. Thank you for joining us live here on the African Hockey Federation page. Do share this link. Brought to you proudly or powered by the Rising Stars team here in Harare, Zimbabwe. Excited to have a tournament of this magnitude brought home, Ben.
Yes, it is a honest privilege to be able to bring it to you live in the front row seat here up in the Tower Moody, and credit to the Hockey Association of Zimbabwe for putting their hand up and picking a just venue for this massive spectacle here at St. John's College AstroTurf in Harare. Yes, Zimbabwe itself is slowly becoming well developed in terms of modernization of their infrastructure. A couple of AstroTurfs have come through, St. John's being one of them. We have another beautiful strip at Chisipiti, and here the likes of Hellenic and Convent are also putting in AstroTurfs here. So plenty of spots to pick and choose from to get involved in this beautiful but very technical sport, Moody.
Yeah, it bodes well because, you know, a couple of years ago we felt we were quite behind, and yeah, popping pretty much all over the country, be it out in Ezigodini and Marondera, here in Harare, the capital. Absolutely love to see it. So grateful for that, and grateful for the Hockey Federation of Africa for, you know, trusting Zimbabwe with being the destination for this stage. I think it's the 37th for the men and 24th for the ladies. So yeah, brilliant, and so excited to have everyone over here. I mean, this place is a buzz sporting arena. I mean, we've got an under-19 water polo tournament just across the road, and then on the same campus, cricket matches at all various stages or age groups taking place. The under-19 Cricket World Cup also being here in Zimbabwe as well, up to the Super 6 stage. So exciting times for Zimbabwe as we get ourselves underway again. The Ghana Revenue Authority are looking to make a circle entry. However, some real staunch defensive work by the Hotspurs.
Yes, Revenue Authority trying to get under the ball arm there onto Abraham Taguire with a turn of pace. Looks to have come off the foot there. Taguire in jersey 10, scanning left, scanning right, chooses to the left, sends it through to his striker with a brilliant lead run there. It was a stick challenge. George Jere on the ball for Hotspurs. I love the composure on number 9 there. That is Joseph Munlolo, who is the vice captain and also a national player as well. As you can see how he's receiving the ball. Anim there.
Anim Kwesi, he would have felt really aggrieved by that. Nonetheless, the Hotspurs, I just like their energy. The Zambians taking it quickly and backing up on his way. In that number 5 jumper for his side is Simon Bunda, who now looks to go up the park, just can't find his mate, was Samuel Taguire. But wow, enterprising play from both sides as we see one of the other men's teams make their way into the stadium. Just loving the atmosphere building here in Harare at the moment. Ben going aerial, now the GRA.
Yes, looks like the School of Excellence, United States School of Excellence Hockey Club, all the way from Windhoek, Namibia. Welcome, gentlemen, and sporting some nice colors there.
Yeah, pretty
reflection
much
of their national colors too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that blue for the seas, and then the red, well, I'll channel it to like an orange or whatever color you think. As we see that ball just run away from the GRA. But yeah, good morning to all of those in Windhoek and Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. Out in Stampriet, wherever you may be, your men will be taking part shortly. Love a trip to Namibia, beautiful country that.
I'd like to ply my trade in surfing, Moody. I mean, they do have gorgeous, gorgeous beaches there. I'd like to get a taste of the waves out on the west coast of Namibia.
Yeah, beautiful spot that. Got a trip in March. Cannot wait for Namibia.
Can I be your...
I'll stick in my hand luggage, yep. Nonetheless.
I volunteer to be your bellhopper, Moody.
Always good times with you, Ben, especially when we get to, you know, get opportunities like this. You know, you're watching the club hockey championships from all over Africa as the GRA showing us what they're made of. Champions in Accra, Ghana, their ladies side. Oh, wow, that is some brilliant skill. But unfortunately shielding the ball away from his defender there on that occasion, sending that down the park. Pass doesn't quite get to where it was intended, and some beautiful interlinking play. He's got a man up the park. They find each other with ease almost, and still going a shot on goal, possibly some great work. He still has a crack at it, but wild, and it doesn't come off for the Zambian Hotspurs. Simon Banda, boy oh boy, won't he want to see that again. Another opportunity he feel could have possibly buried that hasn't come off on that occasion. The Hotspurs, they're hot at the moment. Instantly turning the GRA over, who find themselves back onto attack, but can't hold on to it for long enough. They've got a man, beautiful ball. He's just got to put it away and finds a foot. Agony from the man in the three jumper, Lee Kubegi, for the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Chances left and right here, Moody. The crowd is well engaged. I mean, Ghana Revenue Authority ladies had their hearts in their mouths for a bit there, almost scoring. But chances going a begging either side. I mean, this is an absolute spectacle of hockey. Men's hockey is just wow at the minute. The level of play from both sides is a sight to be beheld.
Ben, that was arguably the opportunity of the game so far, with 4 minutes and 13 to go till our break rather. Do they need this break? I think the GRA certainly need it. I mean, not helping themselves at the moment, creating the chances, but just unable to get that stick on, or ball on stick. And now, just under a bit of pressure on that tram, he's done a great job to get that away, almost through the man. I think a bit too flat-footed on that occasion. Now, the GRA will have to get into some defensive work. Oh, you've got to let that go a little bit earlier, Ben.
Yes, he did attempt the 3D there, but Emmanuel Amable was having none of it. Really watching the ball getting down to his haunches and really picking his pocket, literally, because the Hotspurs were in for all money.
I wish we had a camera to show Ben's theatrics as he talked us through that. Closed his eyes and he'd have felt he was on that turf, ladies and gentlemen. As we see now the GRA, a bit of trouble, but he'll get away with it. Haven't seen a card so far.
Both matches so far have been utterly clean. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't help but be excited. I feel like kidding up right now and putting my hand up to say, hey, super sub, I'd want to really run on. I mean, it's such exciting hockey that we're seeing at the moment, with the overhead intercepted by Jeremiah Mwanza. The through ball here.
Ben, running into his own man, a bit of friendly fire. Ben, the Zambians, I don't understand that chat from the captain earlier or maybe that's part of his, tactical play, sandbag it, where he was very modest in his approach and didn't give away much. Oh no, it's our first outing. But tell you what, the Zambians look well at home here in Harare, Zimbabwe in this encounter.
Yes, this is literally their second home. I mean, most of them make the trip up to Zim at least twice a year, every year for the last, 10, 15 years. So they're in for it with all money, and they're really reveling on this patch and enjoying the chance to play here as we see the game being stretched a bit, as it's just under 2 minutes. Brilliant stick work in midfield here. Over the stick there, intercepted by Matthew. Unfortunately, to the ball there. Yeah.
Beautiful little start there, taken well and early. The Zambians into the circle, but that just runs away. A golden chance, Ben. That will be incredibly frustrating to look at if you are part of that Zambian technical side, creating the chances but not making do with it. They built up so well, but nothing to show for it as we find ourselves just 1 minute and 20 seconds out from our midway break.
Yes, experienced campaigner Simon Banda there, a little bit of rush of blood to the head, just needed to slow things down a bit and just weigh his options. I mean, he was in the D, have a shot at goal, Moody. I mean,
got to give yourself a chance.
On the ball here, sends it up to the cross, an attempted deflection there.
Yeah,
not able to get a touch in the end. Disappointing from Andrew Ngulube in jersey 11, but a brilliant heads-up play from experienced campaigner Shadrack Katela in jersey 14.
Yeah, almost just wanted to leave that right behind him. Not quite coming off, unfortunately, as the Ghana Revenue Authority go aerial. They've done a lot of that, but the Zambians, I promise you, they'd be brilliant cricketers because they just plucked it out of the air at ease, almost. Forced into some defensive work in their circle now. As the GRA, well, he's got a man to his left, to his right, looking to, he had options that he could have taken. They spread that ball out, but I don't really know about the decision making on that occasion, Ben. With just a second to go, we get to halfway without a goal.
Yes, exciting hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Do not leave your screens. I mean, all the action brought to you here by Rising Stars. It is the Hotspurs of Zambia 0, Ghana Revenue Authority men 0. Be back after this very short break.
Elizabeth Opoku from Ghana. I'm the captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority hockey team for the ladies side, and we've been preparing since early 2025 because we played our league in 2025, and throughout the league we were optimistic about our coming to the African Championship because we are the defending champions, and God be so good, we won our league and preparation has been good so far, so we are here to take back the trophy to Ghana. They know themselves, nothing special, as they've been doing always. They should keep the support coming and we wouldn't disappoint them. We are bringing the trophy back to Ghana, so their prayers, their support, their cheers in the stands, at their homes, at their various workplaces, they should keep them coming because we also deliver on this pitch. Yeah. Morale in camp is 100% because we play for our institution and preparation has been just top-notch. In terms of welfare and logistics, everything is fine. And morale from the players is also high because our main target is to take the trophy back home. So nothing more, nothing less, just taking the trophy. That's our focus. Yeah.
My name is Eugene Jumo Achampong, captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority hockey men's team. Yes, we knew that we were definitely going to qualify for the championship. So right from the beginning of our league season, our main aim was everything that we were doing was geared towards competing in the club's championship. Yes, they are feeling very good. Most of us have played in the championship for some time now, and a few of them playing for the first time. So it's quite a kind of a mixed feeling. But then in total, I think that morale in camp is good and the boys are ready.
Yo, what's up? This is Jera. So, word of the day, focus on the winning, keeping positive. See you there.
I think appreciating where Hippo is from. Hippo Valley Estate, it's a farm. So you'll find that the players, their background is their children, initially of employees on the farm. So for them to get to this level, where you're competing for the top crown in Africa, coming from a farm in the middle of, Tirezi, the low belt of Zimbabwe, I think it means the world to a lot of the players here. And in fact, to myself, to actually say we're now on the continental stage coming from that particular background. But getting here it's a team effort. And I think part of the team that you don't see here is those who have helped us to get to this point, the sponsors who've put in a significant amount of money to pay for everything that has managed to get us here. I think we're particularly appreciative to Hewlett's to get us to this continental tournament.
Honestly, I'm so excited. I can't believe that we are finally here. We get to play some good hockey. We get to watch some good hockey. It's been a really long journey from last year qualifying, I think it was in January, and trying to get the pieces together, getting the team together, getting the logistics together because we traveled. And honestly, I feel so grateful to be here. The good thing is we know each other quite well. I think everyone who's come from out of the country, we have played together before, and we've had a few practices together as well. So gelling, we've gelled. We just have to see how we come together on match day, because everyone has to give their best, and that comes down to individuals.
My name is Amr El Hadi. I'm playing in Port Fahd hockey team. Just we came here to African Cup for Club Champions. I like all the times we are preparing well, training well, and we came here to get the champions. We came here because we are champions of the Egyptian league, and this is the first time, second time for us to join this tournament, and we hope that we win. First of all, I want to thank the Zimbabwe Hockey Federation, because I think the field is very well, organized very well, and every time we come back to Egypt, we tell about our friends. All things is good about this journey.
It's always really good to have stuff on home soil. Pretty pumped. The ladies are pretty pumped to have it back home. And I'm sure with home support, we should be able to give people a good show.
Oh, we're super excited. I mean, for our team, we've qualified quite a number of times, but just hadn't had the fun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the 2026 edition of the Africa Cup for Club Champions. The Ghanaian Revenue Authority men in the blue strip versus the Hotspurs out of Zambia in the red and black. Even Steven, so far, the better of the chances, I would say, would sway to the Hotspurs, who have deceptively come through with some very surprising play. My co-commentator here, Moody, after the interview, the captain, well, didn't expect much, but wow. And he's got the shock of his life so far. None for the effort of the Zambian Authority, Ghanaian Revenue Authority. Also stringing a few passes and chances together. Captain Matthew Dumwali there with the shot at goal, saved off the line. But the greater chances have come from the Zambians in the Hotspurs as we look to push off.
So off we go, Ben. The Zambian Hotspurs. Geez, are they motoring around the park almost at ease, making the Ghanaians work. Even just looking at, the physique of the sides, Zambians, just smaller in frame. However, I guess they're using that to their advantage, fast as. And just motoring around the park, they are extremely mobile. The Ghanaians looking to just spread the ball out wide, let the ball do the talking. See our two contrasting styles of play, some skill on that end. Exciting stuff, enjoyed by the crowd for a little bit. Unfortunately, can't hold on to it, however. As we see the Ghana Revenue Authority starting things from the back end again. Which way does he go? Straight back to that man on the trams. Gonna weigh out his options down the line. Finds his man at ease, but he can't collect that, which will be, or rather has been, quite the hallmark for the GRA. Coming out of Accra in Ghana. The Hotspurs, he's weighing out his options. He goes to his left-hand side and down the line looking for that foot. He's found it. Takes a nice little advantage there. Weighing options out, straight back to that same man. And I just love how they're supporting each other off the ball, keeping very busy, calling for it. And they just seem to create opportunities to further attack. Hold on to possession as the call from the coach just below the deck, and a short corner. What about
Yes, good work there, top D from Shadi Katele and co. And the Zambians really stringing good short passes, running around, creating the angles and passes. I mean, the best dribble is a pass, and then the little bit of skill to create havoc in the D, earning themselves. I think this is their first short corner of the game. I can't believe it's already the third quarter, Moody. I thought that was the end of the first chaka.
Ben, mate, this has flown, and that just shows you the intensity that this has been played at. As the Hotspurs, I have a good feeling about this one for them. I mean, they worked incredibly hard for this opportunity. It'd be nice to see them, honestly, get themselves up a very modest side. And after that chat with the skipper.
Yes, Katele on the right-hand castle. Two castles being employed here. Chance here for Hotspurs. Unfortunately, he did have the time. Did number 15 there. That is George Jere. But unfortunately, sending it wide. I mean, they were in for all money. Composure is needed in that D, especially at set-piece time, Moody.
Yeah, I felt he created it. They did have a little bit of a fluff-up at the start, but recovered that effort very well, and then he had the time. But unfortunately, almost you could say, throwing away that opportunity. Gonna go aerial, but will that be intercepted? He finds his marker, who's got a defender to beat. The ball does trickle over the line again, so we'll just wait on that restart.
Yes, promising signs for the Hotspurs here as we see a change in formation. The Damali brothers now twin centre backs. Nice bomb there from Luke. Finding his target there. Enters into the D. Turns the defender inside out. Pirouette. Finding the foot there. Good ingenuity from the Ghanaian Revenue Authority, earning themselves their very first short corner of the match. This might prove to be crucial. A nice bomb from the back in jersey 24 was Luke Kofi Damali. And picking Daniel Mensah there right on the baseline. Nice pirouette, swivel, finding the foot, earning themselves a short corner. Set piece play. Can they make the most of it?
Yeah, they've got to. The Ghana Revenue Authority, I mean, the Zambians weren't able to do the same on the other end of the park. A golden chance here for the men in blue out of Accra, Ghana, to create something. About, 8:48?
Yes.
Local time out there.
Two castles here. Mensah, it goes to Damali. Flick from top D. Trapped there. And well washed by the Zambian defense. That was Jeremiah Mwansa.
Ben, wow, that is a defensive effort of the highest order to keep his side in. On that occasion, the other keeper got the first block in, and then just relentless pressure on the attacking side defensively, forces them out unscathed. An opportunity missed, an opportunity gone, one would feel, for the GR8 and the Zambians. And they've started this second bit, the stronger of the two sides, I feel.
Yes, a nice defensive showing that you saw there, keeping the stick on the ground all the time, not ball watching, really tracking those loose balls there. As you see a monster bomb thrown into the D, over the stick, centre cross here, and it does come off a foot. It wasn't going to the direction of the goal, as appealed there by number 11, Amin Kwesi Asa. I mean, he was asking for the P flick. It wasn't going on target.
Yeah, unfortunately he wasn't, so he'll have to make do with the decision made by Mr. Umpire as the GR8, well, one brings two, and this short corner opportunity that they'll earn their side. A bit of a conversation taking place. I think it's got to be very simple. Keep it simple. Just get yourselves ahead, crack it from the top of that circle if you have to. Because the Zambian side at the moment, I mean, if you let them off, they will bite. As we see that injection, I think they'd go for exactly that. Unfortunately, just palmed on over. So great work and goals by the man for the Zambian side, Robson Kunda, who's done a great job to keep aside in this one. Both attempts at the short corners, he's had a say in it.
Yes, a decisive say in it from that flick from 15 Opoku. A chance here at the far post from that ball sent across. It was an easy tap-in. Hotspurs defense caught napping, quick thinking there whilst they was trying to get into play. I mean, GRA on the board, 1-0, 10:45 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Ben just playing on the right end of the park. The Hotspurs, they have created a couple of chances. They haven't made the GRA pay for it. And tell you what, they've come back to bite them, the GRA, as they take a lead. Again, just a composure rather that we talked about from the GRA. Yes, the Zambians seem to be motoring around in and around their defenders, but at the moment the scoreboard reads 1-0 in favour of the Ghana Revenue Authority, who now take the lead. And this is exactly what they would have needed, or maybe would have wanted, just to stay nice and composed, control the tempo of the game, control the tempo of what they are doing.
Yes, really dictating with those bombs, putting it out into the corners where there's ample space, either side, left and right. And Kofi Damali there with a long range overhead. Intercepted there. Is it 21? Daniel or Prince Adjeti for the GRA. Through ball. Looks like it is a lifted ball there. Dominic Mulenga missing the ball. Sent out wide here to Emmanuel Obeng with the ball across. Lifted though. But chances are begging for GRA at the minute. Experienced campaigner Emmanuel Obeng. But this is third or fourth participation in the Accc. But that goal going down, I should expect a positive response from the Zambian outfit with the through ball here. It is a 2-on-1 virtually. Well saved from the goalkeeper. Spreading himself wide is the captain. Dumore
Do you go over him,
Chempong. I mean, you're supposed to go over. The keeper had committed shimmy. There's space either left or right side of the goalkeeper. I mean, caught in two minds.
Yep, just quite didn't, make a decision as early as he'd have liked. Then that could have gone over him. Didn't go for that option, unfortunately. They will rue that opportunity yet again. It's kind of been a tale of this encounter thus far. Now the GRA into the circle. Will they get yet another short corner? They sure do. And just that composure. Earlier on, I did talk about how they seemed a little bit rattled. They clearly haven't.
Yes, proving to keep their heads despite the sustained pressure from the Hotspurs. And Hotspurs will rue those chances that they've had, multiple chances. They just need to compose themselves, back themselves, and really attempt to enter the D, the cool, calm, compose. The experienced campaigner of the GRA captain in goals. I mean, he's been there, done that. You have to be a little bit more clinical, a little bit more decisive. Think 3 steps ahead. Out to top D here. Damali, that's Matthew Damali, failing to trap that ball. Sent through. Dominic Mulenga in jersey 17, intercepting for Hotspurs there. Opoku with the restake here on this near side. Opoku with the run to baseline. Hadn't moved 5 before entering the D. Umpire Mustafa right on the money, well positioned for him to see whether that ball has moved 5 or not. As just over 7 minutes to play here.
Yep, Ben.
Banda on the ball. Backstick signaled, but a little bit of panic in defense building up here from Simon Banda. Taguire with a brilliant switch on to Mwanza, who fails to trap the ball. A turnover here for GRA. Got small trouble here. Through ball. Well positioned from the goalkeeper in the end, despite calls of a stroke from GRA. Katele on the ball for Hotspurs. Brilliant work from Shadrack Katele here. Unfortunately, his teammate Dom Mulenga didn't quite get to the ball. It did come off a foot there. Well spotted umpire Cedric Starch on the far side as Mulenga signals for the ball to be sent to him. Let's watch from some set piece play here by the Zambian outfit, who leaves it for Taguire in jersey 10. Taguire sending the ball, deflection into the D. Chance here.
Ooh, it's taken away from them, the Hotspurs. They thought they were cooking their nice little touch to set his mates up, and unfortunately they called off of it. But yeah, a bit of frantic work from the Hotspurs. Now they obviously would have felt in a better position a little bit earlier on, and now the tables have turned. The GRA, well, they're currently enjoying that 1-0 lead. 5:33 remaining on the clock, and this is the third, so they've got the time, the Hotspurs, and still make it up the park. Ben, he possibly needed to let it go a little bit earlier.
Yes, Dom Mulenga just overrunning the ball a couple of yards earlier, and tall Luke Damali there intercepting the space. Brilliant skills there on the far side. Abraham Taguire with a huge bomb. Amin failing to stop the ball there, but turning the defender inside out was Alex Mwanza. Show me your number 19.
Some great ball in, and a short corner will be going the way of the Hotspurs. End-to-end stuff here. That decent John Zastro. Both sides producing the goods here, and wow. Not letting anything go by at the moment. The Hotspurs, they're wanting to get themselves back in this one, putting on a proper dogfight.
I love to see the skill on display here. Jersey 19 on jersey 19, saying, show me your number, and he duly obliged. Earning themselves a short corner here. 2 Castles, looks like Dom Mulenga at the backstop there, and Shadrack Katele in the right-hand castle, supported by Joseph Simpanzi. Early rush there by
So I'll have a man called out, a little too eager, the Hotspurs. Can they finally bring themselves back into this one? A short corner attempt. They just shouldn't panic. They should just, stick to that flair that they've played with all morning to possibly get themselves level at this juncture.
Yes, Luke Damali there with an early break at the defensive short corner. Retake to be injected by Taguire, jersey 10. It goes to Katele. Simpanze with the flick towards goal. Chance here for, and it's a save from the goalkeeper. Another double save, and he plays it onto the foot with a huge nod from captain number 30, Domwa Achempong, in goals. Experienced campaigner. He just put it on show for everybody to see, Moody.
Yep. A very experienced campaigner, marshalling his side so well and producing the goods himself when need be for his side. Never looked to panic, was never in two minds. He knew exactly what he's going to do, and honestly, keeping his side in this encounter with that as the Ghanaian side, just showing that, experience. This man, he said he feels at home when he's in Zimbabwe after this being his second to third trip for this exact tournament. And tell you what, he's producing the goods. That'll certainly be one for the highlights reel, Ben.
Oh, definitely so, and well captured by the trusty engineers behind the scenes of Rising Stars here as Zambians look to go in and out there. That is a short corner, and a card coming here. Number 15, multiple barges in the back. That was Opoku on Kalaba Tembo Manjanja of the Hotspurs. Hotspurs really turning the screws here, really getting the ascendancy. Just over 4 minutes to play. There's a stoppage in time. And, that green card was issued to Opoku, and they need to make the most of these chances. Joe Simpanzi, jersey 3, Alex Mwanza, and the two respective castles there. Hotspurs need to take advantage of this pressure, sustained pressure, Moody.
Yep, Ben, just that flair we talked about coming to the forefront for the Hotspurs. They get a chance here. He's going to crack it. Unfortunately, I think they let off the hook here. The GRA, they get away with it. So rushing up well off of their lines to thought that attacking attempt. And unfortunately, the Hotspurs, after all of that flair, which got you excited, unfortunately, they have to leave with nothing to show for it.
Yes, Katele with the shot at top D there. Defended well by GRA. Here is Taguire with the ball in, under the shoulder. Shot towards goal, unfortunately rushed there by Andrew Ngulube, who had all the time in the world. I mean, they're creating multiple chances here, but just not quite finding the right mark at the end there, where it matters most, Moody.
Yeah, it's kind of been the tale of the day. They've looked threatening, and honestly, when they've done so, it's been quite scary to think of as, a possible defender, but nothing to show for it. They've got to finish off the job, because at the moment, GRA, well, they had their chance and they made them pay. Now they sit up comfortably. 2:43 remaining. Is it getting to that, pressure moment where they've got to create something which, desperation could either bring the best out of you or leave some gaping holes which you could be punished for. Through the middle, past a couple of defenders, looking to split them again. Doesn't quite do that. Take it quick as the call. Sending it out to that right-hand side. His mate running onto that ball very well. Has to lay it off, and yet another man will be sent off. A green card yet again, Ben. A bit of indiscipline, or is it just sustained pressure?
It's sustained pressure, and the Zambians really turning up the pace. The GRA aren't able to keep up at the minute, but yeah, man down. Chance here into the D. Well marshaled by experienced Emmanuel in jersey 5. Reverse take attempt to clear, missing the ball.
Chance here for the Hotspurs. They look to go back, but I think they just rushed it a little bit. They've just got to go back to what they've been all about, a bit of flair, and through that just some confidence. However, they shouldn't rush themselves in that, as Still taking ball up, looking to make a circle entry. Crashes it, but only meets a blue stick.
Yes, sticks flying left, right, and center here for the respective sides, and it is going to be quite difficult for the GRA to keep up with the Zambians, who have upped the tempo at the moment. Brilliant take from Amin. Unfortunately, coming off his body. It did come off his body.
Yeah, I don't know what he's appealing for. I mean, a bit silly, but embarrassing when he looks back,
yeah,
to be honest. But and still protesting that decision. Nonetheless, to our action.
Yes, umpire Mustafa right in the view of that play. I mean, we even saw it from up here. Bird's eye view. Best seat in the house, ladies and gentlemen, here at St. John's Astro. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. GRA of Ghana leading at the minute. Intercepted here. The Zambians with the chance. Ball sent across with a shot at goal. Cool, calm, and collected goalkeeping, buddy. I mean, the experienced campaigner and the goalie.
Yeah, he's honestly, you know, stamped some authority in this encounter for his side. He's kept them in it, and you know, just realizing the angle he was working with as the Zambians crash, but unfortunately unsafe, as called by the umpires with just 8 seconds to go. As we get to our final break, ladies and gentlemen, the Hotspurs find themselves a goal down against the Ghana Revenue Authority. We'll enter the final quarter. Ben, which way do you think this one will swing?
I really think the Hotspurs have turned up the heat a bit. They will continue knocking at that door. How long GRA can hold them out? One needs to stick to the screen and find out. In the fourth quarter, to come, it is GRA, the Ghana Revenue Authority, up by 1-0, courtesy of that goal in the third chaka. Ladies and gentlemen, do not leave your screens. We'll be back after this very, very short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this, the fourth and final chaka of the second match. The men's division, Ghana Revenue Authority with a slender 1-0 lead and being captained by Captain Fantastic, goalkeeper in jersey 30. And they are knocking on the door, turning up the heat. I mean, expect the kitchen sink to be thrown to Ghana Revenue Authority from the Hotspurs.
Yeah, that man between the sticks for the Ghanaians, he's been immense in how this tale has gone thus far. Going into this, the final quarter, Which way does this one swing? Now, as the GRA, they will look to go aerial while he's past his first defender, sends it back, and still up, intercepted. And now the Zambians with men up the park. Will he have the speed to work around his defender? He's taken it early, but called off of it. The Ghanaians having a man down.
Yeah, good piece of play by the umpire, Cedric Starch there. Yes, signaling the player might have been down, but there was a counter-attack opportunity, as rightfully so. It does go the Hotspurs' way, but the player is down injured, and then he signaled the time. Good officiating from Cedric Starch there.
Yeah, looks like a strain. Shouldn't be too bad. Not as bad as we saw in the women's encounter with that ball to the head. Lady got up.
I hope she's
made
okay.
tough. Well, yeah, she got up, walked off, looked unfazed.
Yeah, might have a little bit of a shiner here.
Stop the fast, get on with it. It was her kind of attitude. This man, well, he's back up on his feet. He's done a great job while jogging off, so he'll be all right as we'll crack on our action here. That'll be the Hotspurs.
Yeah, if you ask me, he was always all right. I mean, he saw that his pass didn't go to his player.
A bit of pride hurt more than his physical injury.
Oh yes. So Hotspurs back to Taguire. Taguire with the ball in, intercepted by. Oh, the whistle had just gone here. Could have played advantage. Ball into the D. Tracked. Shot and goal here. My view, that should have been a short corner, was going on goal as well. Maybe even a P flick, but still advantage Hotspurs. We're turning the screw here.
Yeah, the GRA, I think, having all their men behind that line. The Zambians now, there we go. The short corner finally comes for the Hotspurs. Ben, here's the opportunity at the beginning stages of this, the fourth and final quarter. They find themselves a goal down. Which way will this work out for the Hotspurs? Oh, no, it'll go long, I beg your pardon. But nonetheless, just looking to create something in and around the circle. He's past his first defender. Oh, I don't think, well, Ben, yeah, a bit of disbelief all around.
Never. He was always in control of that ball. Yes, it was lifted. It was clever play to get past the captain. But then again, the umpire's call at the end. But myself being a striker, those are the calls that might give me an itch on the back, Moody.
Yeah, feeling aggrieved. No, the Zambians. I'll be honest, I think a bit of gamesmanship coming to the front here now by the GRA. 2 men going down in the final quarter, just as the Hotspurs have good momentum behind their backs. I respectfully feel that man is perfectly fine then.
Yes, I think he took a little bit of a blow from the shoulder there. It wasn't because of the danger from the 3D skills of the Hotspur player, but coming off second best, and he does need to come off the field, it looks like.
So, yeah, just making his way off of the park. Which are the Hotspurs? They've just got to keep that same mentality, same attitude. Nothing changes. You still crack on with your action. Oh, he's actually got a bit of blood, it seems. No, I take that back. Apologies, Mr. Number 12. He's not really impressed.
Yes, just took the shoulder there, but all the same, no malice in it at all as they look to restart here. Brilliant lead run there from number 8. Look to affect the 3D skills, but Jeremiah Manza up to the task there. Brilliant skill down the line from Andrew Nguluve.
And that one
Good close control from the Hotspurs here. I mean, they look a very slick outfit. They just need to make this sustained possession and chances created count, Moody.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. As now, back onto the inside. Which way do they loop around the Hotspurs? Yep, still in possession. They've just got to make a circle entry and something will come of it. As we see now the GRA extending that play through the middle of the park. Looking at a tomahawk, it decides against it. down the line. Willers might be able to meet it. It just runs away, but I just quite like the way the GRA, they're kind of realizing the moment now, Ben, where you don't need to rush things. You've got the lead. Yes, you possibly want to get two to be a bit more comfortable, but don't panic. Just, get back to their style of play, which, is let the ball do the talking, spread the defenders, make them do all the hard work, and just chip away at the clock. Still in possession there. He loops around, looking to go up the field.
Yes, it's important that Hotspurs don't panic. There's well over 12 minutes still to play here. Yes, there's a breakdown in play. It disturbs the momentum of the match, but they mustn't lose their heads. They must just keep cool, calm, and composed as Amin travels into the D there, lifted ball, and that is danger. And they need to keep as many players on the park as well. Discipline will be important, will determine whether they get back into this match or not. And it'll be difficult to call this one, Moody, as Jerry Mwanza there with reference to his brother with an overhead diagonal into midfield, intercepted, sent across here to number 15, inside and out, intercepted. Ngulube turning him inside out.
Certainly done exactly that. Ball out into the circle, and the Zambians get to take it. They're not waiting. GRA protesting that decision. It's not going to do anything for you. Past two defenders showing some real skill. They've got the man up the park. He's got to lay it off. He hasn't. He decides against it. Just slowing down that attack. I'd have liked to see him carry it on, which is exactly what the Spurs have done and how they've engineered some good play in terms of their attack. A diving effort to intercept that pass, still on the ground and throwing a stick there.
Yes, multiple attempts at, you see the players are really committed to try and block it out there. I mean, putting body and stick on the line. Umpire starts signals for Ngulube to take it in the correct position. But I tell you what, Taguire in jersey 10 really pulling strings in midfield for Hotspurs here. Make sure it moves 5. Oh, brilliant 3D skills there. Picked off. Looked like it came off the GRA stick on that occasion, but pressure coming, pressure telling. It'll be difficult, Moody, as we are tasked with the difficult task of picking a man of the match. Who's your standout player thus far?
Man, it's been incredibly difficult to tell, to be honest, in this one, as either sides are, just producing the goods. They've all stood up. However, you've also got to give it to that man in the goal for Ghana. I mean, for the Ghana Revenue Authority, he made 2 blockbuster saves at the moment. That's my man. I'll be brutally honest with you. The Spurs, they could have had 2 goals quite easily, but you had the one attempt at the end of, was it the second quarter, where he literally was on the line in that circle, came up and thought of that attacking play.
Yes, difficult to argue with that, I'd say. He has kept his side in the match, but
Is that your man as well?
Thus far, but I have a very good strong showing from midfielder number 10 in the Hotspurs outfit. That is Samuel Taguire, who's really pulling the strings in midfield, and I think he has to stamp his mark on this game. Something's going to happen, Moody.
Wouldn't that be a way to finish this encounter with a bit of a plot twist, as the GRA, they'll still get to have some more defensive duties to be carried out. Hotspurs, into the circle, a shot on, nothing quite coming of it, and they get away with it, hacking all over the show. Explain that to us, please.
That was a good block in the end. Defender putting his body on the line, but fortunately for him, blocking the ball, well picked out of the air there by Alex Mwanza. To midfielder, that is Taguire. Yes, third party there, but a chance here for GRA with the shot and goal. Well saved by the goalkeeper. That was 2-0, a begging. I mean, give that number 8 a sniff, eh? I mean, it was on target. That's Prince Klutse.
Certainly would have buried that one. This encounter really, if he'd done The final bit on that occasion. Now, the Spurs, it's been a while since they've had to defend for a period this long. They played on the right end of the park, created opportunities, but wow.
Yes,
not giving much either side.
Not giving much at all the momentum at the minute with the Hotspurs of Zambia, but all the same, it's looking pretty exciting finish that we are in for here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay glued to your screens. If you're in and around Harare, please come through to the St. John's Hockey Astro Turf in Borrowdale as Taguire is on the ball here. Through ball here. This is a chance. Shot at goal! Saved by the goalkeeper! Again! Moody, again!
Ben, it's moments like that could be title defining. I mean, he's managed to keep aside in this encounter. Through saves like that countless times, he's going to have to ask a bit more of his defenders towards the closing stage of this one. Into the circle, a shot on from the Spurs, over the top. And unfortunately, I leave without anything to show for it, but a brilliant build-up by the Hotspurs. They're just unable to find their marker at the moment. And again, that man and goal for the GRA producing the goods. He keeps him in it yet again.
Yet again, Moody, yet again. I mean, if there's a time to stand up and be counted, it is this time. As the captain leading from the front, I mean, championship hockey. This is where you see and you stand up and be counted. A chance to edge your name in the history books through stellar performances. I mean, oh, well tracked there from young Jerry Mwansa. The Hotspurs of Zambia really knocking on the door here. Good 3D skills on the baseline. Unfortunately, Opoku not able to regather that one. All the same.
Yeah,
wow. What a finish to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is when the Zambians have to throw caution to the wind now, Ben. Try save this. You might as well. Better off than, going down 1-0 and you were still trying to focus a lot on your defensive aspect. Still taking ball up the park. Then, do you guys crazy as pulling out your man between the sticks, adding an extra infield player? Yes, no? I know it is also tournament style, so it's not over. For them, it's not the end of the world.
And that is an unfortunate yellow card. The Hotspurs will be down to 10 players through to the end of the game. As you called it, Moody, I mean, it's not the time to really have ill discipline, maybe not take out. The structure is good as it is. Yes, you might want to commit an extra player, but I don't think they have been threatened at all that much. I mean, just keep your players on the side, on the park. Well, blocks there from, that's Alex Mwansa in defense. The Mwansa brothers have been standouts as well for the Hotspurs in defense throughout.
To possibly add a second. That'll be a short corner going the way of the GRA. And boy, oh boy, will they be happy with that. You get to whale up time on that clock and possibly add your side rather, a second.
Yes, an unfortunate passage of play there. I deemed that the advantage had been played and the player had actually had a shot at goal. It went the other side of the post, but umpire's call at the end. This is a chance to somewhat bury this encounter. I mean, it's been Hotspurs the last two chuckers after that early lead goal from GRA. GRA with a chance here to really bury it. I mean, Hotspurs will have themselves to blame.
Yeah, GRA will certainly want to put this one to bed. what's been a very, very good performance from their side. Unfortunately, not as clinical at that short corner. And now the Hotspurs will be looking to turn their defence into attack. Unfortunately, that will just well over the line with 3:57 remaining on the clock here. Still plenty of work to be done. I don't believe they can rule themselves out of this one at all. I was just waiting on the trams. GRA calling each other off the ball on that occasion. So the Spurs, they've just got to send all of their men up the park really here now, one would feel, to salvage this effort. It'll be incredibly heartbreaking after the hard work they've put into this, as they have been right up in this game here.
Yes, they just need to have possession of the hockey ball in these last 3 minutes. Whatever cost, they need possession. And okay, they are down a man, but it's just 3 minutes. You need to run hard for your club, for the representation of your country as well.
Now it'll be the skip up. He goes out to the middle of the park. I just feel they need more numbers up the park, the Spurs. It's running away from you. You've got 2 minutes 38. There's no point in, manning that midfield without any defenders or attacking players rather to look after.
Yes, Alfred Mpande there, unfortunately unable to gather the ball. Ball on the base. Chance here for GRA. Shot at top D. Swing and a miss.
Wow. Had all the time in the world, but unfortunately his footwork not agreeing with him on that occasion, and he's done a great job to look after possession on that occasion.
Yes,
back to the skipper on that right hand side, Ben Samuel Taguire. He's done a great job for his side, the Spurs. Now with possession, will he make a circle entry? He's into the circle. Which way does that go? Cold off of it.
My view should have been a short corner from up here. I mean, that was deliberately sent over the baseline, but all the same, they do have a chance here. Building it up. GRA, it is a 2-on-1. Sending the ball onto Amin. Amin with the head up. Onto his teammate. Chance at the far post. Well saved by the goalkeeper, Robson Kunda, keeping him side in the match. This is the stuff that you want to see. Guys, this has been an absolute spectacle, an absolute university. We've been taken to school by the goalkeepers.
Yep, they've put on a monumental effort for their sides. Unfortunately, the man for Spurs will find his side just a goal down. Back onto the inside. Out to the right hand side, and now cracks it through to the middle of the park. All they needed was just the faintest of touches to send that goal. Doesn't quite come off. 47 seconds remaining. Come on, the Spurs. I'll be saying it to Lusaka and Chisamba and Mazabuka all over Zambia. Can anything come out of it? Or will there be celebrations out in the west?
Yes, nothing short of a proud performance from both sides here as they're looking to go, as the great commentator Charles Mabika would then say, 25 seconds to go, 25 seconds to go here. It is a chance for the Hotspurs of Zambia to salvage something, but the GRA are in possession of the territory. Overhead here from Coffee.
Here we go for
last chance here. 6 seconds on the clock.
It's got to be a circle entry. He's got to get rid of it. I don't think he'll have the time. And unfortunately, through that, it runs away from them. The Spurs, a valiant effort. Commiserations do go to the men in red and black, the Spurs. However, hearty congratulations to the Ghana Revenue Authority, who take a 1-0 lead in our first men's encounter here at the Africa Cup for club champions hosted here in Harare, Zimbabwe. Ben, what an exciting one.
A very exciting spectacle as we were shown here. A brilliant display, a brand of hockey of Africa Club of Champions right here in Harare. GRA of Ghana coming off 1-0 victors over the Hotspurs, who really brought the heat, but unfortunately fell slightly short, courtesy of multiple saves from the performance of the goalkeeper and captain in goals for GRA. We'll be back after this short break for presentation of the Man of the Match award. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned.
Cage.
Yeah, good to go. Just give me a cue. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of our encounter, the first men's encounter here at the Accc, hosted in Harare, Zimbabwe, which saw the Ghana Revenue Authority take on the Spurs coming out of Zambia. Captain of the Ghana Revenue Authority side, Eugene Achampong, I beg your pardon. Man of the match, 3 monumental saves, sir. Congrats, that belongs to you.
Thank you.
Talk us through your 3 saves that pretty much kept your side in it. I mean, only 1 goal to 0 was your victory, so fine margins.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we knew that we were going to qualify for the championship. And so from the beginning of the league season, everything that we're doing, every part of our training was geared towards coming here to perform and win this trophy. So I can understand that it was some way for the first match, you know, but then all we needed to do is to keep the composure and then keep playing.
Okay, composure, something you've pointed out. We saw that was quite a massive aspect that you guys brought into it. There were times when the Spurs, you know, came at you guys all guns blazing. How do you keep the composure? I mean, yes, you guys are a really experienced side, but, you know, at moments it seemed like really, you know, they were coming at you and you guys just seemed composed, as you pointed out.
Yeah, so because of experience, like I told you earlier on, I have most of my guys who played in the Commonwealth Games, most of them experienced and some of them first time. And so we needed to blend the experienced ones and then the young ones to be able to keep the composure to the end of the game.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Your man of the match, a 1-0 victory going the way of the Ghana Revenue Authority in our first men's encounter, which saw them take a 1-0 up over the Spurs coming out of Lusaka, Zambia. We'll catch you for our next encounter. Thank you for joining us.